That's when he finds you. Don't take it as a sign. You know he's lying, saying that he wants to be mine. Like we could be fine. Yeah, somehow he finds you. That's history.
Yellow. Hey, welcome back to another cleaning video. Thank you so much for being here. I'm starting off in the garage. I got my bucket filled with some hot soapy water and of course some Pine Sol. And this net here that is on the door, it's gotta go. I've had this on here for quite a bit, and although it does kind of help in the summertime, the reason why we put it here is because we can open the garage door and like have the garage door cracked, have this door open, and then we usually like open the patio door and it brings like a nice cross breeze in. But I will say, like the second that the net gets a little bit of a breeze, it does come apart. Like the magnets aren't really strong, and it was like kind of ripping and tearing and had like, you know, scraggly nets just like hanging, and it was time to go. So I went ahead and took this down, and there were still a couple of nails in there that I couldn't really get out, so I'll just wait for hubby to help me take those out. But this is the entrance where we come in all the time, 100% of the time. Like we never come in through the front door. We always come in through the garage door. And so I wanted to get everything just nice and wiped down and cleaned and disinfected. Like there's so many things in your house that you just really forget about, you know, and you just don't really realize how much you touch them. Like this door, even the bathroom doors, the pantry, you know, the handles on your pantry, your cabinets, the refrigerator, your stove, the microwave, like there's just so many things. So, yeah, I'm starting off with this. And like I said, I just wanted to get everything nice and wiped down and cleaned. And I also cleaned off the chest freezer, but I also wanted to get the garage floor swept up because there were a lot of leaves and like dirt, you know, like the dirt, from your cars, like after it snows and everything. So that's what we're starting off with, but I've got some good cleaning motivation lined up for you. We're going to be doing some organizing, decluttering, and just getting the thing done. Some resetting. It's a new week. Happy Monday. I hope that you are starting off the week fresh, and I hope that you're feeling good. So let's go ahead and jump into the video.
Say his name 3 times in a mirror and watch your self-respect just disappear overnight. Slick, putting in just enough words to make you think he deserves some of your time. Oh my, oh my. Even right in front of his eyes, he wouldn't recognize if it was love. If it was love. Even right in front of his eyes, he wouldn't recognize if it was love. If it was love. You know the type, you know the guy, the one who wants everything but can't decide. It's a low than goodbye, wish for everyone at the same time. He likes to chase, cause somehow it's safe, never planning on actually staying. Yeah, you know he's just playing. That's his trick. Say his name 3 times in a mirror and watch your self-respect just disappear overnight.
Trash that is sitting on top of the recycle bin. I usually, like throughout the day, I'll just bag up the trash and then I put it here, and then hubby will take it, you know, and throw it out in the trash can. But I do need to learn. We got the straps for the trash can. I know I had mentioned this before, but we had a raccoon problem. Mainly because the neighbors, they keep their trash like right along our fence line. And y'all, I'm not even kidding, even last night, every night, like I'm not exaggerating, I hear those daggone raccoons rattling through their trash can. And they were coming to ours as well. Like first we put a really heavy rock on there, And we've since bought those straps from Amazon that work really well. I highly recommend it if you have a raccoon problem or, you know, any kind of problem with animals getting in your trash. They work really well. You strap them on the lid and it is like tight. They cannot get in there. But I haven't really looked to see like how to undo it or anything. I mean, I'm sure it's super easy. So I usually just put the trash on top of the recycle bin, and then hubby just takes care of it when he, you know, when he gets home. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I did think about, I want to eventually go through the shelves in here also. And I also wanted to clean this floor like really, really well, like actually get some, you know, hot soapy water, throw it down on here and just like scrub this garage floor just to get it nice and cleaned. But I'll probably do that like once it starts warming up, because, you know, there's still going to be so many days where it's going to snow. There's going to get dirt and leaves and everything else, you know, in here. So like I said, once it does warm up, I definitely want to do that. Just get my scrub brush and just go to town and just get the floor, you know, nice and cleaned. And then probably, like I said, go through the shelves again and get it reorganized. I always do that, y'all. Like, decluttering just makes me feel so good. I love living with less, and it does take a couple of times for you to really get it done. Like, you're not going, decluttering is a long process. It's a long process, especially when you're trying to do it, you know, all throughout your house. But the garage is looking good. I mean, it's swept up. I got the door nice and cleaned and wiped down. It actually smells really good in here. And we took Rex for a long walk after this, y'all. It was like 64 degrees today. It was beautiful. So we did that. And then we came back, and I'm going to go ahead and tackle this stove. It was pretty like had grease stains and everything. I made some chicken lo mein last night. It was so good. And I didn't get around to like really cleaning off the stove really well. So I wanted to do that and, you know, just get it nice and cleaned and wiped down and doing the daggone thing.
Thinking he's slick, putting in just enough work to make you think he deserves some of your time. Oh my, even right in front of his eyes, he wouldn't recognize if it was love, if it was love.
I don't know why I didn't notice before, but while I was cleaning the stove this time, I definitely noticed like the gray portion here where I'm cleaning on the bottom, it is starting to fade. And I mean, we've had this stove for several years, so I mean, that's to be expected, especially all the times that, you know, you clean it and everything. But yeah, it was like, it's like really fading, and I don't know why I just noticed that, but I did. But the stove is nice and cleaned, and after this, I got little man down for a nap, and then I made some, what did I make? We had I think we had sandwiches for like deli sandwiches I made for dinner. And then by the time I was like done with, you know, doing the dishes and all that stuff, I didn't end up recording that. But y'all, it was like 4:30, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, and y'all know it's already dark by 4:30. Like they were saying on the news that the sun goes down, I think at like 4:32 or something crazy like that, you know, because you lose like once it, starts getting in the wintertime, you lose like a certain amount of minutes a day. I just think it's so depressing. Like I do not like this time of year at all. Like it gets dark early, it's cold, it's snowing, it's hailing, it's doing just like all the things that I dislike. I love it in the summertime when it's, sunny until 8 o'clock, 8:30, like that is my get up. But yeah, so I wanted to, it's just unfortunate because especially when doing like these videos, you want to make sure that you have, I want to make sure that I have some good like natural light so y'all can see. And once it starts getting like towards the afternoon, like after 3 o'clock, it's like you really can't. I guess I could use the, what is it called? The ring light. I don't even think I have mine anymore, but anyway, so I didn't end up recording that, but I got, that done, and then I just pretty much called it a night. So it's the next morning, and I always like to, after we get ourselves I would get myself ready, and then I get little man ready. I like to make the bed. It just makes me feel really good. So I got that done, and then y'all, I'm getting rid of these lamps. Like these lamps we've had for forever. As you can see, they're not even plugged in. We don't use them. I think I've used them maybe a couple of times since we bought these, and I think we've had these since like did we buy them when? I think we bought them when we bought like the furniture set for the house. So we've had them for several years. The paint is kind of chipping on them. They're kind of like a rustic, like coppery type of look. Definitely not my style anymore. At the time, when we got this furniture set for the room, the bedroom set, I thought that it, matched pretty well, but I'm getting rid of them. So that's that. It's one less thing to clean, and I'm okay with it. This little clip-on light here, I love this light. I use that for, when I'm reading in bed, or if I'm like doing something, if I'm getting myself, a pedicure or something like that, I use that little clip-on light, and it's really, really convenient. It's super lightweight. It has different light settings, and it's rechargeable. I use the same charger that I charge my phone with. So I got rid of those lamps, basically is what I'm saying. And also I eventually want to get rid of these, hold on, buddy. I want to eventually get rid of these nightstands. The whole like matchy type of like bedroom sets and like furniture sets, that's just not my vibe, A. And B, as you can see here, like the top of these, y'all, that like it is damaged. This right here is like a ring from the felt of the bottom of the lamp. I tried to clean it off with some alcohol right here. It just wasn't coming off. And like I said, I think it's like laminate, like the topping here. It's really bubbly on both hubbies and mine. And so eventually I want to get something that's not matchy, something that's like a different color, or like a, different wood, something like that, and smaller. Like these take up, quite a bit of space, and we really don't even use the drawers. There's hardly anything in here. There's definitely not anything in hubby's drawers. And then in these drawers, all I keep in here are like my hair dryer and flat iron, and my nail stuff, like my stuff that I do, like pedicures and nail polishes and things like that. So that's it. So eventually, like I said, I just want to get some new nightstands, maybe a new bed. I don't know. We'll see. But I also got rid of the extension cord, like the big plug-in extension cord that was here, because I didn't need it. Again, one less thing that you need to clean, less clutter, and I'm happy with that. It makes me feel good.
Broken future, all the plans you made in your heart grew just to die. And now your damaged goods, damaged should have never been. Thought you were bulletproof, look at you, what happened? Did she hurt you? Are you okay, baby? Everyone gets hurt, that's how we learn to make love work. It's part of life, but if you need a lullaby, baby, don't cry. here. I wrote a lullaby for you.
I went through a bunch of pictures. Y'all look a little nifty. I could not believe how many duplicates I had. This is me and one of my cousins actually that unfortunately passed away. But I just couldn't believe me and another one of my cousins and one of my old prosthetics. Like, I was just like reminiscing about things. One of my school pictures, and then there was I showed y'all another picture of when I was 16, but there were so many duplicates. Like, I didn't film everything because I didn't want to be like super redundant and boring, but I went through a lot of my stuff. This filing cabinet here, this is really, really convenient. This is one of my school pictures when I was 16, but it is huge and it carries a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have any more, like the photo albums that I do have are already filled up. So I put the remaining pictures in here until I get some more. I definitely need to get a couple more photo albums, but I also have like, pictures of like hubby and things like that in there that, like I said, I need to get more photo albums. And don't even get me started, y'all. I have not even printed out any of little man's pictures. I have a couple of flash drives. This is my brother, my older brother. We have flash drives of like all of our pictures of little man, we have tons and tons and tons of them that I need to print out for his baby books. He has a couple of baby books. And, like I said, I need to get some more photo albums for sure. This binder here, the purple one, is where I keep like our tax information. And the last time I went through this, I don't know why. So I Googled how long you have to keep your taxes. You only have to keep them on record for 2 to 3 years to be safe. Because I mean, if you're like doing something like a big purchase or like say you're buying a house, you will need to provide, 2 years of tax records and things like that. And y'all, we had stuff in here from like 2017, 2019. So I was going through here and I was just getting rid of stuff. We used to have a shredder. It was a super old shredder that was kind of busted. So I ended up getting rid of it, which is fine. Like, we really don't use a shredder too much. I try to stay on top of like paperwork and things like that. Like I said, my whole motto, like, I love living with less. I try not to hold on to things, especially if I don't need them. And so I was just going through all of these like files and things like that for a good majority of the morning and just getting rid of stuff. And y'all, this felt so good. It just felt so good to get rid of things, decluttering, like I said, is just such a process, but I love doing it. Like, I would love to do it for other people too, like decluttering and organizing and downsizing and just doing like all those things. All of that just like makes me feel really good. And like I said, it's a process. It really is. You can do, one room and then a couple months later do the room again and do this, same room again and again and again, because you're always like, thinking of stuff like, okay, do I really need this? Am I going to use this? Am I going to use it in the next 6 months? No, I'm not. Get rid of it. Like, that's how I think. That's my mentality going into stuff, just like going through clutter and stuff. So, yeah, this felt really good. And I got rid of this little filing folder here because I didn't need it. And then I just continued on, like, I was going through receipts, old receipts, that I used to have a habit of like keeping receipts. Like, if I pay, we pay something off, like I would keep it for X amount of time. And it's unnecessary unless it's like super, super important. I do have a folder of like our house documents that I keep all in one area that has, like our appliances and things like that, like where we purchased it and yada, yada, like if we were to, to ever sell or whatever. But I have everything just organized, neat in their area and in this one little folder filing cabinet thing. And it just made me feel really good to get this done.
that you're alone. You're on my phone, running game. But maybe, baby, when it settles in that you're to blame, we could move on, pick up where we went wrong, baby. Everyone gets hurt. That's how we learn to make love work. It's part of life, but if you need a lullaby, baby, don't cry no more. Just let her walk out your door. Baby, don't cry no more. Mama's here, 'cause maybe in time you'll see, maybe I can be all you need. Yeah, lay all your love on me. Mama's here. Oh, I wrote a lullaby for you. No, no, no.
So this is the folder I was referring to with like all of the house stuff. And really, I probably should go through that and I'm sure I could get rid of probably a majority of that stuff. I think the only thing you really need for like your house documents really is your deed. But I mean, I do have, like I said, everything else, like, appliances that we bought, like it has like the sprinkler systems, like where it's set up, like everything pretty much that has to do with the house. But eventually I probably should go through that and just, get rid of, the majority of that. But I've got that, our big filing cabinet, and then like pictures and things like that. So that area is pretty much decluttered. And now I'm going to go through like these baskets and just get rid of extra stuff, like just unnecessary stuff that we don't need, that it just like thrown in here. And I know to some people like this may seem like, oh, you don't have a lot of stuff, but the less stuff, honestly, y'all, like the less stuff that we have, the better. I feel like, I swear, I talk about this all the time to hubby, and he thinks that I am completely nuts. Like, I'm like, let's just sell the house and buy a tiny house and go and travel and live with like less. We can be like minimalist. And he's like, you are absolutely crazy. But I am dead serious. Like, I know myself. I know that I could live like that. Like, I really could. I just think that would be so, I mean, obviously we have, little man, and so he needs to go to school and all those things. But just imagine, like, imagine that you could like travel and have your kids, like be in nature. And also, either, I mean, if you wanted to homeschool them, you could, but like, there's other children and things like that in like the towns that you go to. But, he could go to school in like a nice town. And, I personally think that would be like such, even if you did it for like a couple of years, I think that would be so freaking awesome. Because really, who can say that they did that or that they live like that? I actually do follow a couple of people, on YouTube that are like live in tiny houses. Elsa Ray and Baron are a channel that I absolutely love. They're actually in Colorado now. They used to live in their like 13-foot scamp for several years, and they saved up like a ton of money. They're actually building their home from the ground up right now, like in the mountains. And I just think that is like, what a life lesson to have. She's actually pregnant right now with their first child, which is like super exciting. And so I just think that is just like an amazing journey, like for you to live like that kind of experience and to like, and learn all those things. You got to learn how to build, and that you're learning trades really. But I don't know. I just think that is just such a wonderful life experience. And y'all, the world is just so crazy right now. Like, there's so many things that I am like scared of. Like, don't even get me started. Like, I can't believe little man's going to start school this next year. I am terrified, like absolutely terrified of just stuff like, the tragedies. Y'all know what I'm saying. YouTube is kind of finicky with words that are happening in schools. Like, people are so crazy these days. The stuff that's happening is crazy. And it's a scary world, you know? So you always want to like protect your family. And that's why like I cherish the time that like I have with him now, because, you know, the kids grow up so fast. And yeah, it's just, stuff is just changing, you know what I mean? That like, it's a whole different world now. But anyway, so enough of that, me ranting. I got rid of this picture frame we've had like forever, since our wedding, and it's really not my style. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. And I got a box here, y'all. This is normally what I'll do. I'll just get a box from, you know, whatever, like ordering like from Amazon. I used to use Little Man's like old diaper boxes. And when I'm decluttering, I'll go through stuff and I'll just use the box, throw stuff in there, and then I will ship it off to Goodwill.
What could he do for me? I told him that my love is free, but can you match me? I can do it all for myself. Want you, but really don't need help. So can you match me? I like luxury, I like fancy things, shine on my body, live like royalty, treat you like a king. If I trust, but you must be worthy of the crown. I'm not just anybody, born to live in luxury. La 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 lux. La 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 la. I'm serving rich Auntie Chloe B. I know my job is a blessing, but if you pay me. Rocks on my wrist, fur on my feet, setting the table in all the chic. Baby, come eat. I like luxury, I like fancy things, shine on my body, live like royalty, treat you like a king. If I trust, but you must be worthy of the crown. I'm not just anybody, born to live in luxury. I work too hard on my luxury. We come so far, luxury. Cover these scars and diamonds, luxury. Every day I'm alive, it's giving lux, yeah. La 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 lux. I work too hard on my. We come so far, cover these scars and diamonds. Every day I'm alive, it's giving lux, yeah. La 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 lux.
It is the next day, and I really wanted to get this bathroom cleaned, so that is what we are starting off with. That's what we're going to get done. It definitely needed it. This is the main bathroom that we use on our main floor, and yeah, it's the bathroom that I clean the most. So I wanted to get this nice and cleaned. I got myself a good workout in last night and I was watching some football. It was Sunday. So, you know, of course I had to watch the games, and I can't believe like there's only a couple more weeks left of football, which is sad. Like that's the one thing about the wintertime that I do get excited about, is that I know like football season is here. And y'all, I was going for the Chargers so bad last night. They played KC and I was just like hoping that they held on. It was a pretty low scoring game. And of course, KC won. They kicked a field goal with like a second left. And the kicker almost missed the field goal. Like he hit the post and it ended up going in. When KC plays, I don't even care what team they're playing against. I'm rooting for the opposite team. Like I don't know why, out of all the teams in the NFL, they're just the ones that I dislike the most. Even the teams in my division. Like I am a Baltimore Ravens fan if you're new here. And so it's just, I'm not a Mahomes fan. I'm not, like, ever since the whole like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, you know, thing, like, which don't get me wrong. Like, I'm glad that they found love, if it's real. But a lot of people are saying that, you know, their relationship is fixed, but, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad they're happy and blah, 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 but it's just like, it's too much coverage. Like, I feel like it has dwindled down a little bit, but it's still like kind of annoying, especially when she shows up at the games. But anyways, so yeah, so I was watching myself some football, and, I just really wanted to get this bathroom cleaned. Another thing that I thought was kind of, I mean, it's not really crazy, but it does make sense. So recently I have been, every time that I flush the toilet, I've been trying to remember to close the toilet seat. So hubby and I saw this thing where, and I don't even remember where we saw it, but they were talking about how when you flush your toilet, even if it's just, you know, your urine, but especially when it's, you know, when it's number 2, there are like, if you think about the water that's flushing, you know, down the toilet, it does come out of the toilet and it like goes up in the air and on your floor and everything else. So like, you know, when you're flushing your boo-boo, like there's like boo-boo particles that are coming out. And I just thought that was so disgusting, y'all. Like I could not, I don't know why I didn't think about that before. So, so I've been trying to make it a habit, like, when I clean, and even like I said, when we use the toilet, to close the toilet seat when we flush. And I believe it was Reddit that we, read that this gentleman, he was actually teaching his son, little man was showing me the picture that he drew, but he was actually teaching his son how to kneel when he goes to the bathroom, like when he goes number 1, because, you know, when men use the restroom, like obviously, you know, it's splattering into the water and it goes all over the place. And there was like, we were just like reading the comments and stuff. And, it was just crazy how people, I mean, it makes sense. You know what I mean? People were like really ragging on him for doing that. And it's just like, I mean, that's his child and that's the way that he, you know, wants to raise him. But I don't know. It was just super interesting. So let me know. Do y'all do that when you go to the bathroom? Do you close your toilet seat before you flush?
Satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. I'll get it all, cause I just don't want you. Something in your eyes, the way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something holds me tight. You might break my heart tonight, but I'm gonna hold it tight. Oh, it feels like yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow, yellow, yellow. You have to let me go. Yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow. We tried too many times. You're misbehaving. You must
where we keep all of our wires and like, you know, things like that. So I wanted to go through this, just another thing that, you know, I needed to declutter and just get rid of. So all of the stuff on the right, I actually confirmed with hubby that like I could throw it away because I didn't want to throw away stuff that we needed. I ended up throwing in the trash. It was just extra stuff and just things that we did not need. But I hope this video brought you a ton of motivation, a ton of cleaning and organizing motivation, and I will definitely see you soon. Bye.